is a raft debate? Well, you have to imagine 4 professors, well, you don't have to imagine them, they're here in the flesh, okay? 4 professors, they're stranded on a desolate island with only a single-person life raft for escape. Do they do practical things like look for food and shelter, or maybe try to build a bigger raft? Well, no. What they do is they sit on the beach, so imagine the beach, and now what do? Well, they're professors, so they argue.
Hello, I'm stranded on a desert island. What am I doing in the company of a biologist and a psychologist and a lawyer? That's a really good question. I'm in the theater, right? Okay, what's theater about? Everything else. We're about people. We're about what people are doing. We're sometimes even about what people are thinking, which can be a little disturbing at times. Well, let's get back to my boat trip with a biologist, a psychologist, and a lawyer. Now, why would I have done something so silly as that? What do we have in common? What we have in common is I'm fascinated by them. They're human beings. They each have different perspectives on everything. I want to find out everything I can about what they know, what they've learned, because it's up to me to translate it for the rest of the world.
More and better alcohol production through better fermentation leads to more and better beer. What's the logical progression from more and better beer? More and better sex. Well, okay, maybe not better sex, but more sex anyway. What is the next logical extension of what science has brought us? Yes, venereal diseases. This is a bacterium known as Neisseria gonorrhea, named after a famous microbiologist, Albert Neisser. All microbiologists dream to have a venereal disease named after them. This little bacterium causes dysentery. A present for you, sir. Science is a magnanimous field, and I am a magnanimous scientist. So I have actually brought with me a cure. The fungus of the genus penicillin, which is what this bug is, actually had the ability to inhibit Staphylococcus aureus. Oh no! Oh no! So Staph aureus would be killed. So now I have the ability to cure.
One of my colleagues is researching perhaps the next cure for the next major epidemic or venereal disease, we're not sure. My other colleague can bring the treasure of Shakespeare in the theater to future generations if given that spot on the raft. A recent report by the Centers for Disease Control, so there's been a 25% decrease in heart attacks and strokes. It may be that it is due to some influence of the humanities. It did not come out in the report. There was a small mention that perhaps there's better drugs available, some influence of the natural science. But the largest impact, they said, was because of social scientists getting the message out about making lifestyle changes. You have an important decision to make tonight. Obviously, you should choose me as the representative of the social scientists. At a time such as this, we have demonstrated that we are of use and of vital importance.
None of these disciplines is worth saving because each of them balances out the other. The high points from one balance out the other. Albert Einstein balances out Britney Spears. Sigmund Freud balances out Oprah. Now, we've heard a lot of lofty rhetoric about the humanities and how much they've contributed to society. But I think that any discipline that can make Miley Cyrus and the guy who sings Chocolate Rain, 2 of the most popular recording artists in the last couple of years, deserves its own death. Now, Professor Forsyth has waxed eloquently about the romantic nature of microbiology, right, to the extent that drinking dead microbes and STDs are romantic. But you know what microbiology is really the study of? It's germs, it's bacteria, it's fungus. Microbiology is essentially the study of the men's locker room at the rec center. I got 2 words for you on the social sciences, and those 2 words are Dr. Phil. So without all three, the balance is off completely. We cannot save them all. We must therefore save none.